Hello, welcome to my humble studio where I try to rediscover the magic of being me. So today we're going to be experimenting with watercolor and gouache and just trying to create anything that's not something I would normally create. Last week I created this painting using watercolor and gouache. And honestly, I had a really great time doing this. It was fun, it was experimental, it was out of my comfort zone. So the whole process for today is just me trying to get out of my comfort zone into something else, into something new, into something different. My inspiration for today, I'm not even sure what this is. Oh yeah, so this is tilted this way so that you can see my face. So, enjoy. I hope it comes out like this. This is an old photo I took a very long time ago. Like it's like nice black and white photography. So hope you guys enjoy and yeah.
Also guys, I've also found that the best color for watercolor paper is this red pencil lead that I found on Amazon. You're able to put it in a 0.7 millimeter pencil and it has been amazing. So much better than trying to buy it from the art store. Just buy it on Amazon. It's a lot easier and it'll save you a lot more money. So first I'm starting out by drawing out the picture of the lily. I'm using the red pen. You can see it shows up really well on the watercolor paper and I like it because it's not too dark. You don't get that weird smudge effect that you normally get when you draw it with pencil. Especially if you have a heavy hand like I do, and it will start smudging and it'll get all over your paper and then everything will just become a wreck. Now it's time to get started on the color and the paint. This is a paint palette that I found online on wish.com. It's not really that complicated of a palette. It's simple, portable, and right now it's just what I have to use. So it should be fine for now. Also, I'm going to be using this I can't pronounce that, drawing gum, and I use this to mark off the areas that on the painting that I want to keep white and bright. With this brush, I'm going to be using this to apply the gum. I find if you select a specific brush and just make that your designated gum brush, it's a very good idea because this thing can sometimes mess up your paintbrush. So by using the same one, you don't have to worry about it. And I find a smaller, thinner brush is a good idea because you're able to apply more finer, thinner details onto the painting. This was my first time ever actually painting a lily in watercolor. I normally don't enjoy drawing flowers. So doing this art challenge, 100 Days in Flowers, that was suggested by a friend of mine was something that I took on anxiously, but hopefully. I was curious to see what would come out of me creating something that I'm not normally familiar with. Normally, I enjoy drawing faces or portraits. Sometimes I draw pandas, lots of pandas. But this one was definitely a good way to experiment and to push me out of my comfort zone. And here you can see that I'm applying splashes of the gum. I just randomly thought to try this. And honestly, I'm very happy I did that because as you can see with the final results, they came out really well. I swished it upwards just to create a nice fanning effect. And I did it both at the top and at the bottom of the painting. And then once that was finished, I added any little dots inside. Following that, I decided to add in a nice thin layer of pink and red onto the canvas, a nice wash. Again, I'm experimenting with watercolor. It had been a couple of years since I'd used watercolor, almost 10 years since I've tried watercolor. A lot of this watercolor is just watercolor I remember having from school and the new palette that I bought off of Wish to experiment with. I decided I wasn't going to try to paint the painting just as I saw it. Since it was a black and white painting, I had a little bit more freedom about doing what I wanted with the color palette. I decided to go in with a nice warm orange to yellow And then for the actual flowers, I wanted to make them really vibrant and colorful. So I decided a fuchsia pink would be a good way to make it pop out. And then for the shadows, I would do a nice purple shade. Ironic that I was painting lilies, to be honest, just because of the symbolism. I looked at the symbolism for white lilies, and it symbolizes purity, innocence, and rebirth. White lilies also symbolize peace and serenity, and that's kind of what this whole art journey has been about for me, finding my peace and finding my serenity. And I feel like doing this one piece was just a stepping stone to me having a rebirth of ideas and inspiration, you know, lighting my creativity up again, pushing me outside my comfort zone and forcing me to try things outside of the box, things that made me uncomfortable, things that made me worried, but ultimately things that made me happy. And this is the end result of that experiment with the lilies. And I just found it nice because I was able to tie in an old picture black and white photo that I took way back in the past from when I was still in pursuit of my artistic journey, and tie that in to my current life and my current experience. And it's like reimagining the past and bringing it into the future. And that was a beautiful thing to think about. This is the final results without the tape, and I am really happy about how this came out. And I encourage you to try this challenge also. It's 100 days of flowers, and I'm sure you will find a whole new version of you if you do. If you do like this content, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. I have more flowers to come. Thank you guys. Bye.